This is a very special moment in any artist's life. This is a new sketchbook day. I am Mary Doodles. Hello, I do drawings and paintings, all sorts of goodness. And I looked at my calendar realizing at the end of the month, I'm going to be on the road a bunch. And so I got myself this handy little travel sketchbook from Speedball. I've used these before. I love them. They're amazing for ink, for pencil, for watercolor even, though it's not made for it. And I thought, I'd celebrate the sketchbook by breaking out the old acrylic paint markers. Some of them were not working. I've had these a while. And I thought, hey, I'll decorate the cover. Now, I don't normally do elaborate sketchbook covers, but this one, it felt right. So I woke up the old paint pens and started with this background. I selected a couple analogous colors. So it's a lighter blue and a darker blue, because the base color of the book itself is blue, as well as these whites. And I was kind of playing with blending them, creating splatters and effects, but also making these little flower print patterns. This was really play. It's a lot of play. I've been kind of going through a stressful time, and I find when that happens, my art tends to get real tense. I become a perfectionist. And so this was me giving myself permission to just let loose and have fun. And then once that first layer was dried, I thought, you know what? I want to add some characters. I don't want this to just be an abstract cover. I want to make it something fun. So I just grabbed this white manga pen that I had lying around and started doodling what turned out to be my beautiful muse. It's kind of a wolf thing that looks a bit like my dog, and some, signature little floral doodles, and worked out pretty nicely. And then on the back cover, I went with some mushrooms, in the spirit of keeping it easy, going fast, going loose, getting back into the spirit of just art for the sake of art, going with the mushrooms. Those have been kind of a go-to design character doodle. And then once that was completely dried, I broke out my Pentel Pocket brush pen because I thought, I want this to have a little definition. I wanted to have that bold kind of cartoony look, and I wasn't sure how this pen would work on top of layers of acrylic paints, and honestly, it's amazing. It turned out great. I love this pen. I've raved about it a bunch. I've had it for years, this exact pen. It's refillable. It's the same thing that I bought in 2017. It's amazing. And it just goes on nice and smooth. And the ink is kind of waterproof and fade proof. So it was vibrant. And this was a real fun mixed media experiment that, it's a little bit outside of what I normally do. It's probably the most beautiful sketchbook I have ever made. And so to perfect it, to finish it off, to protect it, I decided to take it out and throw down some protective plastic, pull up my Krylon matte finish spray. Thank you to my assistant Arrow, my muse, and did a couple layers of this spray. Although with the matte spray, I found I didn't really like how it looked. It just looked faded and gross. And so I went into my archive art supplies and pulled out the gloss. And that gloss spray, when it first went on, it was just so tasty looking, so wonderful, and it dried beautifully. I even love this. The sketchbook has a little rubber band to hold it closed, and it kind of held itself up, so it wasn't too much of a problem, actually. Everything turned out great. Then it's just a matter of sitting back and waiting for it to dry off. Oh, what a good girl. Oh, she's such a good girl. Can you tell? My dog is my muse. I've whitewashed her on the cover of my sketchbook, and she's not amused by that. I don't know why. It looks like you. And it looks like mushrooms. I'm very pleased with this one. So thank you for watching this. I hope it was helpful. If you want to leave a comment or suggestions for things I could put in my new sketchbook, that would be greatly appreciated. I am returning to making regular videos. As I said, I'm doing a bit of traveling. So I'm going to be out and about, but in September, tutorials are coming back, and I've got membership available. If you want to become a member and get bonus sketchbook videos as an extra little treat for you because you're so good. You're good. You're so good. Yes, you are. Anyway, thank you for watching Doodlebugs and for subscribing and all that goodness. I'm excited to share with you what happens in this book. Take care. Bye-bye. I love you. You're so good.